Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Laurie.
How are you, Terry?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm getting all set up here.
Do you even know what we're doing today?
I think it was Golden Glow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Golden
yeah.
Glow. And
I
so the thing about journaling is you can do whatever you want to do, whatever like golden glow means to you. So
oh.
golden glow means to me a beautiful sunset with a path, and I did that last week. So I did landscapes for the last 2 weeks. So I want to do something different this week. So I thought, well, I'll make some golden lollipop flowers today.
Ooh.
But Terry, you can either do what I do or you could do your own thing, but see where.
Well, I was going to explore a Golden Glow sunset. I have
Okay,
transparent
perfect.
piece of
Perfect.
paper here,
Yeah.
so I thought that I might use both sides. So,
Okay. Let me just say hi to anyone who's joining here in the chat this morning. I tried to remind everyone, I'm still my email program that sends out reminders is still having I had to
issues.
switch over to a new provider, and the new provider has to go through a period of warm up, is what they call it. And
Oh,
it won't send everything out right at once because it doesn't want my domain name to get flagged as spam and that sort of thing. So
oh.
we're dealing with some growing pains with the new system. So if anyone doesn't, if they don't join us this morning, that's okay. They can watch the replay. Um, so I'll just introduce myself in case someone is just watching for the first time. My name is Lori Williams, and I am the administrator for the Alcohol Inc. Art community. And as part of an event that we're doing right now through the end of November is I am doing a journal challenge. So every Friday morning I'm coming live here just to play around with you. You can watch replay, and each week if you participate in the comments, we choose a winner for one of these little Terra Slate journals. So it's an alcoholic journal, which means that it has pages that are contain paper that you can use for alcohol ink painting. And so to be entered, all you have to do is just, give us a thumbs up and a comment, and then you'll be automatically entered, and you could possibly be one of the winners for that. So that's who I am. Terry Jones is joining me here this morning. Terry is one of the contributors for the Alcohol Inc. Art community. She's also been a contributor for pretty much everything we've done. We put out 2 books, so she's featured in both books, and she has a wealth of experience not only with Alcohol Inc. but watercolor and mixed media, and highly talented lady. So Terry, thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Laurie. I've been watching you online from my studio in town, and then I decided I'd stick with my studio here where I could join you this week.
That's great. That's just awesome. Okay, and I see Adele has joined us this morning on YouTube. Hi, Adele. Good to see you here.
Hi, Adele.
We're gonna play around, have some fun today. Again, this week's challenge from the event is Golden Glow. So whatever that means for you in your journal. So I'm gonna switch my page down and we will get started. Okay.
Nice, Laurie.
Nice. Got a nice blank slate, right? So I'm using the big journal today. Um, and it doesn't all fit in the screen, but I'm just gonna work in the middle of the page anyway, so we're good. So I just
Okay.
flip the others back. If you look at this whole page, I've got some staining going on there. I am not even worried about it. That is just the way it rolls whenever you do journaling.
Yeah.
It's basically when you journal, it's for you. You're creating for yourself. And so you should do what brings you joy, use it as a relaxation and meditative process. All right, so today's topic or prompt is golden glow. And so I pulled out some colors here. And because I've done landscapes the last couple of weeks, I personally am going to do something a little different. I'm going to do lollipop flowers with golden centers and Terry's going to do something different. So we're going to talk through what our processes and thoughts when we're doing this, but we're going to be working on two different things. So you get a 2-for-1 today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do a sunset. The one thing about journaling is I'm not trying to do anything perfect. All I'm trying to do is to see if, to play, to see how it's going to work. So
And
that's
so
what I plan
Terry,
on
Adele
doing.
says she just want to let us know that she's going to use the idea you use on the gel plate video on her next painting today. So I wish you so good luck, Adele. Make sure you share it with us. Tag me and Terry so we can see it.
Love to. Great.
All right, let me get these gloves on.
Okay.
So I think I am just going to start by just putting some ink down. And I've got some limeade and patina here. And I'm going to put it kind of around the outside area of it. And Terry, what is it you said you were going to try to do today?
I'm going to try to do a really loose landscapey, cloudy, not cloudy sky, but a sun-driven sky, like really bright. But I will see how successful this is. So I'm going to start out with putting just a bunch of blending solution on and basically going all the way down to the bottom of the paper because I'm going to make a mess, which is good.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so I am just starting with, just putting some colors down. So I don't know.
Same here. We'll see where it takes us.
That is exactly where I'm at.
So I just in case you're wondering, the two colors that I have down are patina and limeade from Ranger ink.
And I'm looking for my sunshine yellow. What?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm going to use my felt to like kind of blend this a little bit. I'm going to put some isopropyl alcohol on it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna use the alcohol, not the blending solution this morning on this because the blending solution dries so slow for me.
Well, I'm using the blending solution deliberately because it dries so slow.
Oh, okay. See, there you go.
So that is why I'm using the blending solution.
And I'm kind of rotating this around a little bit so I don't get certain patterns in the process. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's my background.
That was sunshine yellow.
That was easy.
Nice background. Very
Love
pretty.
these colors together too.
They're beautiful.
Wow, I feel like it's springy, and here we are going into fall, but I don't care. I love spring.
Well, and this is your joy, right? That's what it's supposed to be, is the happy
Absolutely.
stuff. So I'm mixing yellows and ooh, well, that was interesting. So, guys, when you inadvertently put the wrong top on
You
your,
get wonderful surprises.
you get wonderful surprises. And I was thinking like a little cloud. So what I do have to do is clean off my top now. This is the new Cosmopolitan. And so I've got some wonderful surprises occurring here, maybe not wanting all of them, but that's okay. And
Well, I'm going to start with my golden glow. So I'm going to put my lollipop flowers in.
well, I'm just rolling around, I think, a little. I have my little blower thing here. Trying to blow things without having the having the fingers come out is always challenging for me, you know? But I think I want more. Now I really like that blue in there. Maybe I want just a little bit of cool Perry somewhere. Well, that makes it not right. No, that didn't. So one of the things for me is finding out what's not working, and that's okay too. So I'm liking a lot of my colors, but I want better.
Gosh, I need to, some of my inks that are a little older, I need to like clean the rims of them because I'm having a hard time getting some of them open.
Yeah, well, mine are, I got to remember to keep the same
I'm
pack.
coming back in with some sunset orange here.
Okay, I'm going to, I think, put just a little bit of
And I'm
this.
gonna put a dot of caramel in the middle.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, aren't they pretty?
So what I've done is put like three different colors down, and I'm just gonna take a little brush. This one is a this is a number one. Oh, that's the liner brush. I don't want to use that. I want to use a round brush. Here we go. I just need to make sure it doesn't have any ink on the brush. Yeah, it's clean. Okay. So this is a number 4 round. And I'm just going to start and all I'm doing is just swirling in there while it's still kind of wet. If it's not
Ooh.
wet, add a little bit of alcohol to your brush.
Oh, so I carefully clean my brushes and put them somewhere else. That is the kind of the story of my life. I think I'm like kind of naturally coming out with this really pretty sun, maybe right in this area. So I'm gonna enhance that a little. And then I'm going to do wrong. Okay. Oh, so pretty. They look like ranunculus or roses. Oh, very pretty.
So easy to do too.
I know. I love that. I love the circly stuff.
But what I do too, and on some of the ones that I've done, is I come in with some snow cap with them. And what that does is it ends up making it a little more paint-like, and then I can do layers kind of.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of discovered this by accident a little while back. So I can come in and put a little bit of snow cap in there and then spread that in there with it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And when it dries, I can come in over it with another layer. So I can add more color to it or whatever. And it
Yeah.
also blends with the colors underneath.
I am. So
I
for
need
me,
a snow cap a little more.
yeah, I'm trying to put in some darks because light kind of needs a little dark to get it to really pop. So,
I'm gonna while this is drying, I'm gonna come in with my caramel and I'm gonna tilt my page up like this a little bit and rub the bottom
nice.
so I get some drips.
That may be not a bad idea. There's some of my stuff up here. I just want more. Okay, I want more. I have a tendency, especially in this kind of weather, to not do a lot of super, like a lot of times I would take alcohol and go back and forth in here.
Uh-huh.
When it's so closed as it is now, it's a little cool outside, so my studio's all closed up.
Yeah.
So how I keep myself from needing to wear a mask is that I don't use a lot of extra alcohol or blending solution or do things really super wet. I
Right.
think you do the same thing, Laurie.
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time I
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I break out, but when I break out, it's usually in um something, but I have too much. So trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing with my clouds here. I need more warmth. So I'm gonna,
that's looking beautiful. Is that like that's gonna be your sky?
that's my sky. I'm gonna have lots of sky and not much land right at the very bottom, probably. I don't know. Or I might have land right in there. I want to have really glowing mountains. So I really kind of see a glowing mountain thing happening there. So maybe I'll try to see what happens if I clean out a little bit of this, just a little bit. So it could go over a glowing mountain thing. One of my friends did this just fabulous photograph. I almost sent it to you, Laurie, because I saw it right after I did the the mountains, and
Oh yeah.
it was Brasstown, and it was just
Wait,
so.
did you post that on Facebook?
I posted one on Facebook that was the cloud that destroyed Asheville.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Asheville, it was, there's so much here. We're having a really challenging time here because people do not understand that Western North Carolina, which is where I am, did not end up with a lot of damage.
Right, right.
So our tourist season just died. And we usually make like, oh, I don't know, 70% of our
In
income
the fall, yeah.
in the fall, and it just did not happen.
Right. People aren't going that area. Yeah.
Right. And
Where
which
you
is
are, it's
really,
great.
yeah, where I am, it's great. If you want to come up and see the leaves and have fine roads, it's
Oh my
fabulous,
gosh. It's
right?
one of my favorite places on earth.
It's wonderful. Come down and visit. I have guest rooms.
Okay. Just might do that.
You can even bring your husband, or I just put another double bed in my second guest room, so you could bring your kids and spend a week and enjoy
Oh yeah,
it.
they don't like me to go on vacation without them.
Right. So I've got plenty of room for four of you. Well, now this is interesting. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I know why. So I used blending solution.
Hmm.
And one of the things that happens with blending solution is it does not as easily clean back to white because it is, um, it has the resin in it.
Right.
So now I'm trying to pull back to a white cloud and it's not doing it for me. I had this or white. So that was didn't think of that. And it's when I do stuff like this that I realize, how spoiled I am and how I don't remember everything. Okay, so I'm going to try to put another, let's see how that works. Another sun in there. That worked a little better. I just want light in those clouds. And I think I want more dark in the top. So I'm going to try some, I don't really want wild plum. This got, maybe I'll try an orange. Coral. A load of coral in here.
We're also pretty colors. So you're washing out that accidental darkness that.
Well, I need some darkness because you need dark if you're going to have light. I mean, that's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got the wild plum in here a little bit, but I am washing out a little bit the orange that happened there. But I am actually ending up with more light. And then I'm going to try I'm going to try to put just a little bit more here of, looks like it's a cloud catching the sun. Oh, yours are so pretty. So you're going to be done way before me. Oh, well.
No, I'll keep working it.
Oh, I know you can keep working things. You are the queen of continue to work things. So now I'm going to try this idea of putting some very faint mountains in here down right on this edge. So I'm going to direct nozzle this and see how they'll fall down. We'll see.
Let's see. I'm gonna put some of my. You know what? I'm gonna try something different. I got the T-Rex. Have you tried the T-Rex white?
No, I haven't.
We should give it a good shake and try that. I'm gonna blend some of that in there. And
Okay.
I'm gonna put some different color, maybe some blue flowers, and I want some or something to kind of
Ooh, that'll be really pretty.
thinking and trying. It's all an experiment.
And I think that's the really kind of almost the important part of the allowing ourselves to play.
Yeah.
Instead of just thinking there's only one way to do it,
Well, you don't learn your new techniques until you explore, and that's everybody. And what works for me might not work for you. There's so many factors too, like the humidity and
right.
the, what inks you're using and what brushes all sorts of things, what tools you have.
Yeah. And this is going to be very, very, very abstract.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is super abstract for me.
Yeah, I know this is super abstract for me. Let me see what other color. I'm going to try another set of hills. These are more hills than mountains. Now I'm thinking those look. One of the other funny things is like I'll do stuff like this and then I'll change my mind and I'll say, but that looks like it's a mountain way up there. So maybe I should,
Yeah.
just let the
I
stuff.
have a question for you, Terry. Does that
Yeah.
happen with you when you're working with watercolor, or is it mostly alcoholic?
It also happens when I work with watercolors sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on how I'm working with watercolor. Because a lot of time with watercolor, I am working, I'm trying to be a little more, I don't want to call the word precise, but I try to be more, um,
Intentional?
yes, intentional. And so I'll have a barn or something and um, I'll let that do its own becoming thing. But yeah, sometimes I'll be having every intention of something happening with the watercolor, and it decides that it is not going to happen the way my intention goes. And then then I'm in trouble. So now I'm going to, because this is just an experiment, I'm going to see what happens if I just put a tiny bit of gold right in there. And then I follow it up with, I guess, mushroom. Well, that's not what I'm following up with, am I? Quick, quick, quick. What do I have here? Flannel. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is give myself a little bit of a golden glow on the mountain. But as I keep on telling people, gold is a mixative,
Yeah.
not something you can just, so you kind of have to mix it a little bit in order for it to do its little thing. So, but you can put it in different places because, I mean, golden glow, I need some gold, right?
Yep.
And so I'm going to throw another, what do I have here? Gravel. Let's see what gravel now. I want it greener. I was looking for juniper, the new old color. Oh, but oh no, that's a pearl. I could try a pearl in there. I don't think so. I need, maybe I think there's smudges right. That's gravel. Yeah. Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm doing another gold that's kind of in a different area. And I'm gonna, so I'm putting there's two ways of do it. I can put the color down and then put the gold in, or I can put the gold down and then a lot of times if I put the color in next, it does this kind of, it rims things. It goes out to the little edge where it's pushing up against other mountains and does this fabulous thing. I want one more color going through there. I really like this.
So this is reminding me of Teresa's flowers with her drips.
It is. It's looking really nice. And it's so meditative. I'm watching you do the meditative thing. I'm meditatively trying to put in mountains, and you are doing the little dots. And it's so much fun to do that.
Yeah, it is. And the paintings just end up being so organic, you
They
know?
do. They do. So I am going to use, where's my slate? Ah. So I decide I'm using all of these colors and then I change my mind.
Now, are you doing any classes in your studio now?
I am doing classes in my studio, but most of them are by appointment.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I'd love to organize something where I
It's
could,
time. It's time I've
it's
decided.
time. Yeah, and I have access to a classroom that's fairly large. And so I think it's time for us to organize something
Yep.
and have a real alcohol ink live,
In
not
person.
just you know,
Maybe have it in person, but also if people can't make it, doing a virtual version of it too.
right. We could do a virtual and an in person, and we could put probably 30 students in the room.
So is that we're in your studio in town there?
Yes, in my studio in town, I have access to a really big room.
Okay.
And it's my teaching room. And right now I don't put 30 students in there,
Right.
but I I think that it would take about 30 students, but we can also do a virtual we can record some of it and do a virtual recording at the same time. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
we
a lot of the large conferences that I follow, I don't travel to. I do the virtual version of them.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be fun. But those of us that want to travel, we could really have a good time. And, we're really close to Atlanta. I'm really close to Chattanooga. I'm not that far from, uh, I'm close to Knoxville. I'm close to Greenville. I'm 3 hours from Charlotte, 3.5. Right now, it's a little challenging with the
Yeah.
road situation, but the road situation is, they got the major road, they actually have it working right now.
My
So,
sister-in-law lives in South Carolina now, the one that used to have the lake house
uh,
near you, Terry.
where in South Carolina?
She's in McCormick. It's just north of Augusta.
Georgia?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's right over she's in South Carolina, so it's right over the
Right
Georgia.
over the border of Augusta. Yeah, well,
And they got hit pretty hard from the
yeah,
storm.
they got hit really hard. We did not get hit hard. I was absolutely amazed at, the eye was scheduled to go over us and it didn't.
It went over them though, she said.
Well, yes, it did go over there. So what happened was it ended up deciding that it went up about 15 miles or 20 miles from, it spared Atlanta. So I guess the people that were praying in Atlanta really spared most of Atlanta. But it went up about, I guess, best I could say is about 15 miles. But by the time, the good news was for me that by the time the eye got to me, it was it was pretty much without any, you know, my side of it, because it went on my my side of it was
Mhm.
the southwest side, and there was nothing left. Everything was to the north and to the east of us. Because Asheville, you think it's Western North Carolina.
Mhm.
Asheville technically is east of us. If I'm driving due east,
I see.
Asheville,
Yeah.
because of the way that the you know Western North Carolina is very, very Western. Well, I didn't end up doing anything on the, I think I still need to do something on that top. Oh, whoa, golden glow. So what could I use on the top that will give me, what's that? That's wild plum. I took my last bottle of Stonewashed into the gallery the other day.
That's right, you got two different places, so now you have to have
Yeah, I know. And so I'm like, I
double the
want
supply.
Stonewashed, but it's not here. Or maybe I'll try some cloudy. Yeah. Stonewashed is, so sometimes you kind of go, oh, well, what do I do with it? It's not
Yep.
what I want it to be, but that's okay. I'm just experimenting too. That's the other thing that as I do this, I'm learning all sorts of things that I've never tried before. But
That's another reason why journaling is
I know,
and you can even make notes, right? So write in your journal like how you achieve something because you might not remember it next time.
right. Yeah, yeah, really.
We won't remember it next time.
I never remember it next time. I'm like, no, okay, I want this to be more up in here. This starts looking too liney. And I love with alcohol inks the ability to change your mind. So, how are we doing on time? I guess we
We're good. Another few minutes. How you do? How much more you?
I'm almost done, I think. I'm
Well,
just
I'll
kind of,
just keep dabbling until you're done because I can keep going on this.
I know. I think I'm almost done. I'm gonna have to figure out. Of course, I did it on a 9 by 6 piece of paper, which I don't have a frame for, so I'm just gonna have to
Yeah,
let it.
that's me here. It's like I have my little frame, but it's not gonna get it all. But I
It's
can.
not gonna, yeah, the little frame's not gonna get it all, and the big frame's not gonna. And I have to have something behind it because it is on the transparent, because I thought I was gonna do something behind it, and then I decided not to. But let's see if I can put just a little tiny bit more. I want a golden sun. I can't do it. Okay, this is a silly risk, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Oh,
I'm adding little dots in circular motions around my flowers, and it's kind of cool because it's giving it more of that inky, wet look.
yeah. A lot of times when I'm done there, I splash the whole thing.
Yes, I covered up this part and splashed down here. And then I decided I needed some texture up top too. Yeah, I'm not exactly following composition and all with this one.
Well, it's finding, again, it's what we do is we find all these interesting and different ways of expressing ourselves when we journal. I mean, that's, I'm still kind of doing just a little
I'm
bit.
thinking of maybe extending this beyond the Friday mornings, beyond the thing. I don't know. We'll see.
How long is it? Oh, yeah. Well, I really want to start the artist way. I really want to do that, Laurie.
But that could be fun.
But that journaling they want you to do is real, is
Well, maybe we do that and we could do that instead.
yeah, and
Marie wants to join us too. We'll see.
right. Somebody else, yeah, said that they were very excited about the artist way.
Yeah.
So, but I found that with the artist, we could do a check-in and a meditation because it's not a really long check-in,
Yeah.
but you do usually do a little bit of a check-in with it. What color oh, cloudy blue, that's what I used. No, whatever that.
Pocket time.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try to call mine. Let's see how this works.
One
Done.
time I did this, I mixed it with acrylic.
Ah,
That was kind of cool. It got a little gummy, but it was
yeah.
cool because
Well, yeah,
it activated.
I am stuck with, at this point, I'm a little stuck with the fact that the one thing that the blending solution does is it makes it more gummy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try some sun rays and then I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna try like there's some real brightness under this cloud. And real brightness. I love how my mountains turned out.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I
That
love,
you definitely hit the golden glow, and that's what I wanted to do actually. Come
yeah,
and
that's
do
where
my centers with my with the yellow and put
yeah,
glow in the centers.
yours is very pretty. And
I
I
don't mess
think,
it up right here.
okay, I think I'm going to call mine done. So whenever you're done, I'm going to call mine done.
Putting my golden glow centers in. So
I cheated and used Pinata Rich Gold.
there you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I love that, Laurie.
There we go. Okay, is what it is.
Okay, I love it. I love it. After it dries, you
A
could,
little filter here.
oh, yeah, you need to get a bigger mat for it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna spotlight you so everyone can see,
Okay,
and then I'll spotlight mine, and then we'll say goodbye.
okay.
So Adele wants us to tell her more about the artist way. So why don't you talk about that while I spotlight you?
Okay, so the artist way, it changed my life. And before the book was even done, published in 25 or 28 years ago, or whatever it was, 1992, um, I got the galleys and 12 of my friends and I, and it ended up whittling down to 8, started this process, which is a 12-week course of exploring your creativity and finding your creative blocks. And it does consist of a little time. It asks you to write every morning, journal every morning, at least 3 pages, which takes me about 35 minutes. And you're supposed to journal exactly when you get up. You can have a cup of coffee if you want, but you just journal right away. And the first 8 weeks that I did this, I was just regurgitating a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it didn't really, I thought this is not helping. In fact, I wrote, being Catholic, I wrote this is not helping, this is not helping sentences on 2 pages, because I was so mad at it. But eventually I broke through and found out I hadn't painted before I started this. I thought I was supposed to be a writer. And I broke through and realized I had a passion for painting. And everybody that did the group changed in some way in their, it just seemed to fuel their creative spirit. So since then, a lot of people have done it. Laurie has the 25th anniversary edition, and I used to lead groups of it, and it actually takes 13 weeks, and that's it. A spiritual path to higher creativity. It does not have a God other than God as you understand God. So it talks about, in fact, I love all of the little quotes on the side, but it's about recovering your artist child, really, recovering your spirit of connection. And it's wonderful. And it has these little sayings on the side. So in the very back of the book, it has a guide to, I didn't have the book with me. It has a guide to having a group. It has a group guide, and there's rules. See, yeah, right there. Starting a sacred circle. So that's what I'd like to start, is a sacred circle somewhere after the first of the year. And my only day, we could do it on Fridays. It's a great day to do it for a check-in.
Yeah.
And we could do it as a group. And basically for the check-in, what you're doing is sharing your insights. And usually what would happen is we share art. We do this check-in and talk about our discoveries. And if we did something, we'd do it, we'd show it. And it's the most important thing is no criticism, it talks about it in the rules. But to me, it did change my life. I became an artist. I realized that that is actually what I wanted to do. So I'm not highlighted on my screen. Is that just me or?
Yeah, no, well, now I put it back to both of us, but you were highlighted for a while there. You here,
Oh, okay.
I'll
All
read
right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
it.
it was a fabulous, life-changing book for me. And try it. If you don't like it, quit. But that's what I always tell
Love
people.
that. There's an
Huh? Yeah, really. It does require that you buy a journal, you buy a pen, and then you buy the book, because you have to read the book. You might get away with, you can read the book on, I think it is on Kindle, and you may be able to get it from your library. But since it takes 12 weeks, and since it's not that expensive, it's like $25. So I highly recommend the process. And the other thing is it makes, when you get a spiritual or a close, they call it a sacred circle. I'm still in contact with most of these people to date, you know. It gives, it just fosters a bit of togetherness and artistic support. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need that now.
Yeah, I think we lost connection in COVID, and then we're trying to run outside and get a whole lot of it, but we were so afraid, we were by ourselves for so long that now we don't want to, in some ways, even look at ourselves. So it's a good time to do it,
Absolutely, I agree.
if that makes any sense. It is a commitment, and I'll tell you what the hardest thing's going to be. It requires that once a week you take an artist date by yourself, that you go out for at least an hour and do something that is not, that is play. So,
I love that idea. I need that so much. I mean,
yeah,
like, you guys know I'm gonna put us both back. But
okay.
for me, it's I I take this hour or so off on Friday mornings, but like the rest of my week, it's just no, it's like 100 miles an hour on my day job.
Yeah,
And because, I have a lot of customers to serve and things to do. And so like I miss out on that. And what I found since I've just been doing the journaling online, it's forced me to do it. And it's really pulling me back into my art where I kind of had gotten away from it a little bit. So I
well, and that's what it does. And it forces a set. I was just so happy to paint with you the other night. I'm like, I'm gonna want to go paint with her again. And
exactly,
you
yeah.
know,
Because
it's
we enjoy it. I really enjoy a lot of this stuff. And, there's the instruction piece of it too. But more important for me, and I think for most everybody, is that community that we build of friendships. And
yeah,
so some of the best friends I have are online. Some of them I've never met in real life. So, you know, actually
yeah.
probably most I haven't met in real life. And
Well,
that's okay.
maybe we will get a chance to meet them in real life. We'll have to try. We'll try
Yeah,
also
exactly.
figure out maybe a spring conference live. And
Yeah, I think that would be good.
because spring's so beautiful up here.
I know.
And if we could figure out a spring conference live and then also do a virtual recording of it.
Yep.
So that would be very cool.
And so there's my journal page too.
Well, Lori, I love yours. I really would support you getting a slightly bigger mat.
A bigger frame because I usually work with 5x7, so that's just what I have readily available here. I
Yeah.
have one somewhere.
Yeah, mine is, I'm gonna have to cut a mat for because I don't have a mat for a 6x9 because I did a half a page of the, but it'll perfectly fit in an 11 by 14 when I cut a mat. So 11 by 14 frame. So it's actually quite lovely, I think. So I think both of us did a great job.
Yeah, it was fun to play. Thanks for joining me today, Terry.
Well, not a problem. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
And for all of you guys joining, if you're not part of our large community now, Alcohol Inc. Art Community, check it out. Google it. We have a separate channel. This I just happen to be doing these journals on my personal channel, but we have an Alcohol Inc. Art Community channel that has so much to do with Alcohol Inc. on it. And then the Facebook group. Make sure you join the Facebook group.
Yeah.
But we'd love to have you in the community. If you've never touched Alcohol Inc., your life is about to change.
Yeah, it will. It really will. And if you're somebody that keeps on saying, I'm really stuck, because I did that, I was really stuck in how I did watercolors, and you take alcohol inks, it's like, oh my heavens.
Yeah,
It's
you explore a new world.
you do explore a new world.
All
So
right. Well, have a good weekend, Terry.
thanks, Laura.